24 on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' sure-handed wide receiver. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Raiders and the Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Throwing Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 78 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to him.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. But plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. You look at this Raiders defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And a fair catch signal. Just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Jones now looking to throw on second down. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2. Jones working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Jones on 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair... And taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. We're scoreless after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Patrick Queen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Campbell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. New York set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete here to Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's Jones to throw on 2nd down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Jones. And that is incomplete.
Anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. That one's complete out to Michael Miller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Kayvon Thibodeau, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, Hearns brings it in. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about. Two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Giants now are going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Jones throw taken in by Watkins here. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. To Barkley on the check down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw again. And he is caught. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Jones on 3rd down. And that one to the right side and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter.
From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception.
We saw a strong first half of play from quarterback Mac Jones. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now Jones to throw on second down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And to find the open man, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. This is 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. This throw caught right around the 6. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now Jones. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Raiders heading out to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys
huh?
up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Second down, another run with Taylor. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Jones now throwing on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll fire this one deep for Hearns. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Carlson able to put this one through. I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles not only attempted, but made. Longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas 1st. Back to throw. Jones. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On the give, this is Hubbard. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So since that last gain did not get a first, they'll decline the penalty there and force a 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the feel that I get on this,
is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start. So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Football going back over to the Giants. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Campbell making the catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 41, Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3, 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Taylor. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And now out come the Giants. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go. And the Giants 1st down.
Back to throw again. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 81 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Las Vegas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.